Okay, this one here, so the number five symbol in the Higher Arcana is the Hierophant. And now, the key that I gave this symbol is seeking guidance or needing guidance. And he's the teacher. This is me right now with my teacher mantle on, right? Except he's a spiritual teacher, which is the same thing. I don't know how to go. Well, maybe I do. I'm just going to put it over here so I can kind of look at it. Just want to make sure I get all the symbolism in. Lots of triple, or the three-tiered symbols on his headdress. He's got a W on the top of his headdress, which is really important. It shows up in several other symbols. And it's the union between the spiritual and material world. So he's an emissary of the spiritual world coming through into the material world. He's got his hand in the benediction here, like this, giving you a benediction. He's got his staff here, again, triple. 3 crosses down the front of him. Because he's the outward manifestation of the church. Because this comes from England, they didn't have a pope, otherwise this would have been called a pope, right? Now, the most important element of this is that what he's doing is imparting knowledge. He looks like he's blessing, which he is. But he's imparting these keys that are at the bottom, the knowledge, the keys to knowledge, to these 2 prelates. Now, both of them have these yellow Ys on the back of their tunics. The yoke of responsibility. With knowledge comes responsibility. Knowledge is not handed out lightly. In fact, all of the things that I share with you today here at one time were only taught in mystery schools. They didn't have access to it. And so consequently what happens here, these guys here are learning. Now you'll notice one of them has red roses from the bottom of the magician. He's of desire, and the white lilies of pure flow. They're aspiring to learn this knowledge. I, from this symbol, really became to understand it is incredibly important to have a physical teacher at certain times in your life. I've had 3 major physical teachers. I've taken other workshops with other teachers, but I studied with 3 teachers. Because it's like when you get you in front of you, they can show, correct, do whatever it is you need to get those basic ideas in there. And that's the one thing that concerns me a little bit with some of the new technology we're using now, because we don't have that one-on-one. And I mean, I'm pretty lucky I can pick up things still through Skype and things like that. I work with Skype and consultations a lot. But it's like there's still, if people buy my Tarot at Home correspondence course, you know, I don't know, though they email me, I don't know if they're getting it. And that bothers me a little bit. Because as a teacher, I have a responsibility to the information I am dispelling as well. So there is this, but as a student, that student definitely has a responsibility to what they're learning. How are they going to utilize it? Because what we're teaching as we go along is a sense of integrity and coming in alignment with the force. So we're, but coming into alignment with that universal love force or God or whatever you want to call it, Muhammad, I don't care what name you use it, but that force is there. So that's what the spiritual teacher does, is to have you move into alignment with it so that you become the best you can be. We okay on that one? Any questions?